Hey, what's going on, guys? Tony here, CCxRC. We are back out with the LRP S10 Blast 2, and we're going to do a 3S run for you guys because you were asking about that. So if you watched the last speed test, it was only on 2S, and we got 23 miles an hour with the stock battery and 25 miles an hour with the 50C battery that I had, my bias battery. So now we're going to do one of the JLB Racing 11.1 volt 4,000 milliamp hour 30C. I didn't want to throw anything too crazy in here. My Venoms are 100C, so I did not want to stick those in because I'm not sure that I should be running this much power through it anyway. And so, yeah, we're just going to test it at this rate and see how it does, guys. I'm trying to use this new brace that Steve uses over at RC Tanks and Trucks, a shoulder mount. And I feel like it's falling off right now. So I'm using my arm to hold it on there. But it's actually not easier to be two-handed because of the scenario with this thing. I had an easier time one-handed with my phone. But the stuff that we go through for you guys, let me just maybe pick this up so I'm not leaning over so far and go back to the one-handed or two-handed. I guess it's still kind of one-handed because I'm holding it in my hands. So we're going to throw power on here, like so. I've already got the controller on, so we'll power this on now, which is up here. And there we go. We got some power for you. I should have had the GPS already turned on so it could find the satellites. We'll put this on here, and I got to put 2 more body clips in, and we'll be good to go. So we leave these running, guys, for you during all of this annoying part so that you know that we aren't doing anything to make this faster or to get better speeds when you're not looking, that kind of stuff. Not that we would, but that's kind of why we do it. It's really for the people trying to prove that they can go 100 miles an hour. They've got to be able to prove that nobody tampered with the speedometer and such. So we do it just because, just to prove that what we're doing is legit. So we're doing peak speed on the GPS, and so I'm just going to strap it on here like so. Gonna have to zero it back out after that movement. Cleared, back to 0. Show you guys right there, we're zeroed. And yeah, let's run this thing and see what we get. Sorry if that was really shaky, I don't even know what it looked like. And so we'll see. I'm guessing maybe, I don't know, we'll get up to 32, 33-ish. A little bit of a bump. There it goes. Try and keep my body moving with it. Wow, I ran that close to the curb. As Josh always says, curbs do not discriminate. That's one of my favorite things that he said to me about RCs. So we'll get a quick look at this speed here. See what kind of speeds we're getting. Oh, 37, faster than I thought. Okay, so that's quite a bump in speed. That's 12 miles an hour. All right, let's clear this. And let's just try that again, see what we get. Clear, we're zeroed out. There we go, 0. It is definitely quicker. Yeah, I'm liking it on this 3S. What we'll have to do for you guys is just kind of see how well it holds up as far as the diffs and everything and all the other parts if you run it on 3S. not to mention the motor and all of that. So I'm gonna run it for a little while here, guys. We'll get another speed test here. And it says 37 again. So I think that's what we're gonna get. That's awesome. That's pretty decent speed out of this for the price. But what I wanna do now is I'm just gonna run it, and then we're gonna do a test on the motor and ESC and see how hot we're running. So we're just gonna run it back and forth for a little while. And then I'm gonna drive it over to my house where I have my temp gun, and we'll run it some more. And we'll just see how hot we're going. I'll start heading that way. All right, guys, so now I'm back by my house. I've got the temp gun ready. We're just gonna kind of rock and roll it for a little while here. Just keep it on throttle a lot. And see what kind of temps we get on this motor and the ESC. Now this would be not too unlike probably racing or something where you have to kind of brake into corners. And you know, we're drifting a little bit because we got some dirt here on the asphalt, which is actually kind of fun. Getting to break it loose there. But yeah, we just want to kind of get an idea for you guys what kind of temps this is going to run if you're really just pegging it on 3S like this. Now granted, you might get a little bit different too if you're coming through grass and some other terrain, so we'll go ahead and we'll run it off-road a little bit too. And just give you a little bit of an idea, because you're going to be fighting a little more in the grass, and that could run your temps a little bit hotter. So yeah, our goal, like I said, always is just to kind of give you guys an idea of what you'll be looking at if you buy something like this. They do have the ZD Racing. I think it's a 10421. Something like that. It's a 10 scale ZD Racing, pretty much the same buggy as this, and so that's where you can get spare parts, because I know a lot of people are worried about LRP going out of business, but I think the OEM for LRP on these was ZD Racing, and so they slapped a ZD Racing motor and ESC into this and electronics, and then still had the bodies from LRP in that. Little bit different, it looked like shock tower design, but probably pretty much the same overall as far as spacing, shocks and all that look the same. So let's get a quick temp on this and see what we've got. So I'll do my best to bring it up here in front of the camera. We've got the motor exposed right here at the bottom, so you can see that's not really that hot at all. 143. I mean, I can lift this up too, and we can get in here right on the back of it. 146, 154. So kind of in the range you want to be at. 162. So that's maybe high end of where I like to be. But that's after a pretty good little running. And you know, if you're doing heats or racing, we'll keep running it and see. But I have a feeling that's kind of where it's going to sit on 3S, which is actually kind of probably the sweet spot of the motor. You know, next thing being how do the parts hold up to 3S if you're bashing? That's a whole nother story. And that's something else we'll have to do for you guys. It's a little bit muddy back there for this. I don't really want to run this when it's that wet out there, because I kind of like this, so I don't really want to get it destroyed in the mud. It's not the ground clearance and all that. This just doesn't do well for that kind of scenario in the back there that the truggies and stuff can handle. So we'll take it out there and bash it for sure on 3S for you guys, and But there's no reason to needlessly get these tires all soggy and all that. So anyway, let's get one more look at the temp here. I'm going to run it a little bit hard for a little bit here, and we'll get one more quick look at it. Just really peg it here, staying on the throttle. And we'll bring it back and we'll get it up here and just see what we're dealing with. All right, let's go right to the front of it, or the back of it. We'll start there. 138, 144, 150, 160-ish. All right, so now we're looking 182 up there. That's a little bit hot. Hotter than I like to be. Yeah, so we're hitting 180. So that long of a prolonged run on 3S, it's definitely hot. Hot to the touch. Not too bad in the middle. I can do the 5-second hold there. But at the ends, it's definitely warm. So keep that in mind. Here I go and try and drive with this. That ain't gonna work. Anyway, guys, that's a quick look. 3S with this guy. Let me know in the comments whether you think we should or should not be running this on 3S. 45 amp ESC. I'll have to look up the number and I'll put it on the screen here for the motor. I think it's a 3550 kV. But don't quote me on that. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. So anyway, have fun RCing, guys. We'll catch you next time. One other thing to point out, guys. These are soft tires. Look at that. I balded that thing out with a couple of cement runs here, asphalt, doing the burnout. So keep that in mind.